Well, hello everyone. Decided to do a live tonight. I got some stuff burning in the fire pit, and my granddaughter brought all of her math schoolwork and stuff from the year with her, and asked me if I would make sure I burnt it up in the fire pit for her. So I have that fire going at the moment. That's why I got such a red glare, because the fire is going. But yeah, I made a live a few days ago. It involved me talking about a group that I belong to here in Michigan. Of course, fighting for freedom and all that good stuff. And we just, of course, I guess there was people in the team that we couldn't get rid of, but and so they instead got rid of us. But you know, don't really, like I said, not really wanting to mention names too much, but all they wanted to do was get rid of us, and they accomplished that. But it kind of seems like maybe now the group might be taking a turn for the better, because they did get rid of, a few people. And maybe a few people decided to leave on their own, not quite sure. But this was after my live I made the other day. This is something that got posted, and it's ironic that this got posted because, they were kind of pulling the same crap that the post was about. So I'm just going to bring it up on the screen here, and people can read it while I'm talking, I guess, and we'll go from there. But I think that I probably should have, eliminated the name off of this one, but because I do think that person has now left the group. But most likely, that person probably didn't decide to do this on their own. They decided to do a something different instead. And ooh, there was something in my fire pit, I guess. They got rid of everybody, and then I'm assuming rid probably had something to do with this letter here. I was asked numerous times to remove my other video, but I told them after they posted this, and it talked about people needing to, know both sides of the story, I decided to leave my video posted because, I guess if they want to put their side out there, they will. If they have any truth to the matter, I guess maybe they'll put their side out there. I haven't seen their side come out at all at this moment. The group does have a new lead now, and it sounds like the new lead might do something good with the group. So if you're still in the group and you still want to be in the group, I'm not telling anybody to leave anything. I'm just telling people to do their research. But I think the new lead, I talked to him last night for quite some time. Pretty positive that he really wants to turn it around. He wants to keep it honest. And let's see. I got somebody asking me a question right now. Let's see. Somebody's asking me how to bring another person into a live, and I don't know. I've never actually brought anybody into my live, so I'm not quite sure how to do that. If anybody's watching my live and they know how to do that, please share with me, because I don't know. I'm going to take this back down off the screen. If anybody wants to see it again, just let me know, because I have it, of course. Gosh darn it. Get it off of there. So we'll go back to me here. So let's, oh man, trying to figure out how to bring somebody in, and not quite sure how to do that, to be honest with you. Not sure if I can. Let's see. Not sure. If there's anybody watching, which maybe there isn't at the moment, if you know how to bring somebody in on a live, which I've never done with this particular stuff, you know, let me know, because I'm not seeing anything in my stuff here to do that. Let's see. Well, I'm not quite seeing what he's wanting. I don't know how to do that. Well, like I said, this, you know, I'm going to talk about other things too. You know, if anybody doesn't know, if I haven't mentioned it before, my son, we do have to. Hey, Robert. I'm trying to look on my screen to figure out what you had just asked me, and I am honestly not sure. I'm looking at the bottom of my screen. It says where I can share it to things and stuff, but I'm not sure how to bring them on. Do you know how? Because I'm not seeing it. I don't know if there's a way where you're watching it that you can request to come in or not. But since I'm using Prism, where do you see invite at, Robert? Because I'm using Prism right now. I'm not using, you know, straight up Facebook. I'm through Prism. So I don't know if I can do that in here or not. So I'm not just straight up on Facebook Live. I'm going through the Prism app, so it goes to multiple locations at once. Let me look at something here. So I guess is it still going? Looks like it is. Not sure. I mean, if you're wanting to join mine or whatever, if that's what you're wanting to do, we can do multiples. I can end this one and go to just Facebook Live only. That works for me. Not a big deal. Is that what you want to do? All right. Well, maybe I'll get rid of this this stream, and I'll start another stream. All right. Well, I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to get rid of this stream, and then I'll go. I'm going to go straight live just on Facebook at the moment. So. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I can do that then, I guess. But I guess you don't want me to get rid of anything, but I'm not sure, you know. Some people might know what I'm talking about, you know. Try to get rid of stuff, but so yeah, I'm just sitting here in front of the fire. Let me see how the fire looks right now, but just a little bit burning in there. Like I said, my granddaughter wanted me to, well, hello Glenn. My granddaughter wanted me to burn up all her schoolwork for the year, so that's what's going on right now. Trying to get rid of it. Oh, don't get rid of my live. Oh, okay. Yeah, I won't do that then. So like I was talking, we, several people got booted from their main group, and we have decided to move on and bigger and better things. We're going to work on promoting Ryan Kelly for governor here in Michigan. That's our main goal now. We've given up on the, well, I can't say we're giving up. We're not giving up on anything. We are changing our course for the moment. And we're gonna work on the state of Michigan, which is what we were supposed to be doing anyway. No, it's let me point it back. So that is the fire ring is actually a 6-foot diameter concrete, and I actually had picked up some scrap a couple of years ago, and it was one of those above ground poles that had the metal sides on it. So the metal sides was laying here, I decided I wanted to make a fire pit. The backyard was kind of needed something in it, so we made this fire pit. But I took that ring, or that pool side, cut it down. I don't remember how tall it is right now. Maybe 12 inches tall, maybe something like that. And so I made a nice ring. I put a ring around the outside of it with that metal. And then I put a ring around the inside, and I had a few stakes in it, holding it in place. Wasn't thinking about it when I did the inside. It had some stakes, like, maybe 8 to 10 of them around the inside. But as I started mixing the concrete and pouring it in there, the outside ring didn't bulge out, of course, because it had nowhere to go. It had tension against it. The inside ring actually started bulging out in locations. So that's why it looks like it's, right over here. You can see where it's kind of curved out or whatever. And it's that way all the way around, actually. I should have just said I did that on purpose just to make it look different and cool. But, nah, it wasn't on purpose, but it did turn out kind of cool afterwards. It's got wire inside of it, and it's got, it's kind of hard to see, but like right there and over there, like, I don't know, 6 or 8 places around it, there's, I think they're 3/8 or 1/2 inch bolts sticking out of the concrete, and they're down into the wire. In case I decide I want to make a top for it, or I want to make a metal ring and go around it with some designs in it or something, make it look kind of cool. But or when I decide to move, or if I need to move the fire pit or whatever, it actually can come out. It's probably going to be heavy. I just need something to lift it with all the anchor points around it. Just put some straps on it, on those bolts. I should be able to lift it right up out of there and fill the hole back in and be like it didn't exist or whatever. So, and we've burnt lots and lots and lots of stuff here, that's for sure. Lots of fire. I got some firewood stacked up back there from trees that fell down in the woods and stuff like that. So, just trouble of it is we have lots of mosquitoes, because I'm like, as you can look up there, you can't really see the sky well, because my backyard's completely under tree canopy. And it's like all of it. The biggest opening in my backyard to the sky is right there. That's the biggest opening to the sky, is that spot. Everywhere else in my backyard is completely under tree canopy. The front yard, of course, where the driveway is, there's quite a bit of space out there. You can see the sky. But back here, this is it. So yeah. So back to what I was talking about with the group or whatever. We have all just decided, all of us that got booted out or decided to leave on our own before the group exploded on its own. Imploded, I should say, because, fall back on itself. But I don't think that's going to happen now. We got one situation that we're still working on with the group. And once we get that resolved, it should end up being a much better situation. We had people that we allowed to join from out of state, because they actually came to this state, and they actually stood at the Capitol with us, and stood ground with us, put boots on the ground in front of our Capitol, brought other people with them. We allowed them into the group. We, as organizers, decided to bring that individual in, and a few others, of course, over the course of the time. And there were some posts made the other day. It might be the one that I showed. I don't remember now. That an outside person decided to comment on the post. They didn't like the comment because it was truth. So I'm pretty positive that post is gone now. But nothing's ever gone on the internet, of course. So it's out there. It can be found, I'm sure. The individual that made the post, I honestly, like I said, I never had any issues with her. Pretty positive that her issues with everybody stemmed from, people trying to get rid of everybody else. I think that's where her problems come from, is maybe from rid, but not quite certain on that. I can't speak for somebody else. It's just my opinion, because myself and that individual got along well. My wife got along well with her, and then all of a sudden, she's blocking us. She's acting like we're trash, whatever. Yeah, I can do that. Let me put that back up here for a second. Looks better in my fire probably anyway. So it's we all worked really hard at the group. I mean, the volunteers, she was, at the time when I was still in the group, she was a volunteer. She later became a moderator after some of us got booted. But she was a volunteer, and she did work very hard, like she said. I wish you all could see behind the scenes of how hard the group of volunteers worked. I'll be honest, everybody that was helping us do things, they did work extremely hard. The organizers worked really hard. I know my wife and I spent lots of time on the computer making this, doing that. And, but Rid was trying to, always said that the work, was being overworked. So others were taking responsibilities. Well, came down to it, I think that was just something to try to make people think that they didn't really want the leadership role, but when they really did, so they just kept people going. I think there's a possibility that the one person that's mentioned here is the backbone. I'm not going to say she did not help a lot. I mean, she did. When she was there and actually striving to help, she seemed like she wanted to help. But it got to the point where I think there was an ego or a power trip, whatever it was. That person just wanted to be in charge about everything. We made committees up, so we had people, I know my wife and I were in charge of, I don't even remember which committees right now, but we were in charge of some committees. And I know one of them was when flyers were made, my wife and I were to decide whether it was right or not, so before it got posted. So, and Denise was the one that actually made a lot of our flyers, and she did a great job making them. She'd send them to us, and we would say whether, load it, not load it, or we'd load it, whatever, and they'd get loaded. Well, then, the backbone of the group, she would throw a fit sometimes. Well, you guys didn't look at it good enough. You guys, you guys posted something and it was wrong. Well, sorry, I'm human and I'm not damn perfect. But I missed it, Misty missed it, Denise missed it, whatever. But that's what we made the committees for. So, go ahead, yell at me, whatever. If I missed it, I missed it. No big deal. We'll take it back down. We'll make another one, and we'll state why we took it down. Not a big deal. It's not like we were putting something up there and taking it back down because we didn't want nobody to see it. We were putting it up there and taking it back down maybe because it had an error in it. I mean, those things happen. We're human. We make errors. So we just did what we could, and tried to make it work. We should have gotten rid of other people, but, instead of getting rid of the workers and the people that really were actually trying to make things happen, we should have got rid of, others. And maybe things would be flowing well right now. We're hoping that the group, most of us are not in the group. I haven't 100% decided if I'm going back in. I have been told I could. It's kind of funny. They said that nobody was being blocked from the group, but I do have a message that I can't put up here because I didn't save it in the right spot to put it up here. I do have a message where they said that they seen that myself and my friend Robert were blocked, and they unblocked us so we could join the group again. But there are messages out there saying that nobody was blocked, nobody should have been blocked, whatever, but we were, because I couldn't even see the group, and my wife could. She wasn't in the group, but she could see it. I couldn't see it. I'd search it and it didn't exist. And that all stemmed from, people trying to get rid of us and telling stories, telling lies. And I don't know, because I was already out of the group, so I'm not 100% certain who all told the lies, but I have a pretty good idea that Rid knows who told the lies. And hopefully now that had gotten rid of certain people, hopefully the group will work. Talked to the new lead of the group last night. He is a good guy. He really wants to try to make it work, because he is actually, in my opinion, a true patriot and not just somebody with a power trip, power hungry. He wants to make it work. So, I've got something else here I'm going to post for just a second. Or actually, I'm going to play it in the background and see if anybody recognizes this. And I don't know if I can talk over it or not, but let's just see. It's like 3 minutes long.
It's time to remind our government and governments around the world that they work for us.
I'm not sure. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
They work for us. They work for us. Truckers out of California took a cross-country ride to wake up the people, to make us stand with love and American pride. The message was clear. Politicians for years have broken all of our trust. It's time we remind our government.
And yes, I do have permission to play this song.
Cars and RVs followed behind. People waving flags on the roads and bridges as the convoy rolled on by. Everybody's welcome, come on, let's roll. How you live your life, that's your choice. People coming together around the world, united in one voice.
Unfortunately, I'm not united in one voice in the USA, that's for sure.
Politicians for years have broken all of our trust. It's time we remind our government, hey, you work for us. We're telling the government they work for us. We're telling the government they work for us. Won't stop. We're telling the government they work for us. Won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. It's time we remind our government and governments around the world that they work for us.
So did that song come through to where it could be heard on my live? I hope so. And if so, on YouTube, what's up on my screen right now, that's the individual that made it. He's got a lot of other cool songs. Check him out. He's got some cool songs. I might even I'm gonna try to get a riddance song made. Is what I'm gonna try to do next. You know, good riddance to you know, things. I'm sure if I ask, I can get it made. And I would get you, now that I've said it on my live, and when he watches my live, he'll probably contact me and ask me what I mean by that. And I guess him and I will have to have a chat. So it's so we'll just have to we gotta do this. You know, because I mean we gotta fight for things, because you know freedom is not free. We gotta work for it. We gotta take it back. We've got to get it back. So if anybody is still in the group that I'm talking about, and they know, if you're still in it, you know, it's your decision to stay or leave. Definitely not asking anybody to leave. I am saying do what you feel is right. If you feel you need to stay, stay. I know that the new lead of the group, like I said, he's definitely trying, in my opinion. I'm going to talk to him some more. He's got my number. I got his. We're going to stay in touch so we can try to make, you know, if he wants to make it work, and we can make other situations within the group to possibly, you know, how do I want to say it, work for us, you know, because we definitely did not work for RID, that is for sure, and that's what it seemed like. I can say that I have not had any 2-3 hour long, you know, hour to 2 hour, I should say, phone calls about anybody else on the group being talked about. That's been kind of nice lately, honestly. No, like, oh no, this needs to be fixed, or oh no, this person's, you know, doing this, or oh no, this person's doing that. I haven't had any of those lately, and I'm sure there's other people in the group that does not mind not getting those phone calls anymore, I'm sure. So, but we just have to, we need to stand up. I mean, there's so many things that are happening in this world. And you know, everybody that watches this, no matter where you're at, I'm sure you got an issue somewhat similar to this, what we got going on here, you know, within your states, within your country. If you're not in the U.S., I've seen lots of comments on my YouTube channels that definitely are, you know, probably not from the U.S. So I know people have the same things going on wherever they live. And if we do not stand up and partake in something to make something change, it is not going to change. I posted something earlier. I went to my doctor's office, and I got asked, or I didn't get asked. I mean, I was given some paperwork to fill out. And I was sitting there filling this paperwork out. And I've always had paperwork, you know, paperwork like this, ask you if you're male or female. Okay, cool. I guess I've never had an issue answering it, you know. I mean, it's like, it's one or two, right? You know, I mean, I know what I am anyway. And I do know what a male is, and I do know what a female is. So I guess I do better than some people in our government at this moment. At least I know the difference. But this form went into major detail of gender identity, which is, you know, so be it. Why does it have to be shoved into our heads about, you know, all this stuff? Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to know that? And then it literally asked, which I don't ever remember this happening before on doctor forms, it asked my sexual orientation, which I thought was very odd on a form. I mean, I guess, you know, depending on what I'm going to see the doctor for, I guess that could make a difference. But I would think that would be something that, they would ask me in the room. I can't remember now. I think I circled everything. I can't remember what I did. Either I circled I don't know, or I circled everything. I couldn't remember what I did now. But I just know I was very irritated about that. And still, today, 6/23 of 2022, I was still made to wear a mask when I went into the doctor's office. And I was not happy about that. I definitely gave them a hard time at the front desk because I didn't feel that that was necessary. I don't know if anybody else was giving hard times about it. Everybody was wearing them, but the damn masks don't do nothing. I didn't walk in there sick. I mean, if I walked in there sick, then maybe I could understand me wearing a mask, but I'm not sick. And I'm not worried about getting sick from somebody else. It's just not something I'm worried about. So it's like, why did I need to wear a mask? So I go back into the room, talking to the doctor, the person taking my vitals and stuff. I'm actually in there to get my, blood pressure medicine and stuff, which is under control. But I'm in there to get that, and she goes, "Oh, your blood pressure's kind of high." She goes, "Is that normal?" I said, "No." She goes, "Well, what's different today?" I said, "Well, I walked into your damn door and I was told I had to wear a mask. That's one big difference." And then I sat down and started filling out this paperwork. And then some of the dumbass questions that were on there, those things got my blood pressure high. I said, because I'm pretty pissed off about it. She goes, "Well, it's just the way it goes. Things have changed." I'm like, yeah, things have changed for everybody else. It didn't change for me. But, they did change for me. Now I got to answer all these questions. Well, don't have to. I'm surprised they didn't ask me, when it asked you what orientation or whatever. I'm surprised it didn't have, because, it listed all kinds of different orientations sexually on this form. I'm surprised, honestly. I guess it might have made me laugh. It would have been on there. It might have brought my blood pressure down. But I didn't see the word pets on there anywhere. And with everything I've heard about schools and stuff like that, having to put, litter pans, litter boxes, whatever you want to call it, down in freaking schools because kids, think whatever they are. I'll tell you what, our country has changed. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to get better unless people stand up and freaking make a point that you're just not going to take it anymore. Because what it says on my screen right now, freedom is not free, is exactly correct. Nothing's free. Come on. What'd they do? They gave us the opportunity a year and a half ago to whatever it was to not pay into our Social Security for so many months so we'd have more money, right? Well, it's kind of funny. They did that, and then, of course, what'd they do? They took it all right back. We all got free money for stimulus checks and this, that, and the other. We went out and spent that shit. Everybody, I guess everybody probably didn't. Some people might have put it in the bank. But, people go out there and spend it, and then all of a sudden, they raise all the prices of everything, gas. And I just posted a picture earlier on my Facebook from Speedway, the gas station. I looked on their app because I try to keep track of where I'm traveling and how much gas is. There was a gas station. It's about 40 minutes from my house. $4.74 or 76 cents, whatever it was, which was like, holy shit, that's good. But in that same screen, if I zoomed in a little bit or zoomed out a little bit and it could show more, within 45 minutes maybe to an hour from there were so many different gas prices it wasn't funny at the same gas store, the same company, Speedway. I've seen gas clear up to $4.19 or $5.14 or whatever cents, It was just way higher, and it was like, it's the same company. That company is paying the same for that fuel, whether it's for the store here or it's the store there. Yes, it has to transport it a little bit further. but I'm pretty positive that's already worked into their price before it ever went up. So, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to end this live. Other people I know might be wanting to do stuff too, lives, whatever. So, no need to, overlap or whatever. Let everybody get their stuff done. But yeah, I'm just going to try to get rid of all my frustrations, I guess. Just like my granddaughter tried to get rid of all her schoolwork from last year, and I just burned it in my fire pit. So she was kind of happy that we got to do that. She came out here and brought it out. And actually, I forgot I was going to burn everything tonight. And she came outside and said, "Grandpa, aren't you going to burn?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I told you I would." So we brought everything out here and threw it in the fire pit. Now it's going to probably set and smolder. A bunch of leaves I put in there the other day in there. Probably going to smolder for a little while. But, so yeah, thanks for watching. And, if you have any concerns or anything that might help in the way of fighting for freedom, peacefully fighting for freedom. Of course, we don't want any violence because, that just gets you in trouble because, we'll have certain 3-letter agencies coming to our house and, saying you did something wrong. But we don't want any of that. But I guess, I'm not running for governor, and I'm not looking like I'm going to beat out our current Witchmers, so I guess they probably won't be coming to my door. But they won't be coming to my door to get rid of me, I'm sure, anytime soon, hopefully. All right, yeah, I've been blocked and unfriended by quite a few myself. Good riddance to them as well. But if those people that blocked me and everything else, if they did it because they were told stories and lies, if you want to know my side of the story, I'm telling it to you right now. If you want to tell me your side of the story and what you were told and why you decided to block me and unfriend me and stuff, please do. I don't think I have blocked anybody. I don't think anybody's blocked on my Facebook. So if you still want to tell me why you blocked me, why you unfriended me, message me, unblock me, message me back, and I guess block me again. Who knows? I don't care. Don't let me respond. I don't give a shit. Just tell me why you did it. If you have a good reason, I'm more empowered to you. But pretty positive there ain't no stories of Mr. Brian creating violence or doing anything like that. And if there is stories of that, somebody definitely lied, because I don't need to do that stuff. I can do it right here, and I can talk. It don't need to be violent. People gets the point across, and I can go stand in front of the Capitol and be just fine. There's quite a few people that was there on one certain incident one day that there was somebody trying to create some problem, and I stepped in and I just talked them down. I'm not a violent kind of guy. Don't put me in that position, please, because I don't want to be that way. I like to talk myself right out of every situation if at all possible, Work harder, not smarter. I think that's a little bit backwards. Work smarter, not harder. But, yeah. All right. Everybody have a good evening. I said it was going to be short. It's shorter than the other day anyway. I figured it'd be shorter than this. But, all right, everybody. The last 3 minutes of my thing is going to be the song again. So, because I actually like it. It was written by an amazing individual that I might get him to do me a riddance song here soon, maybe. Hold on. See if I can play it again.
It's time to remind our government and governments around the world that they work for us. They work for us.
Oh my gosh, you jump on now when I'm getting ready to leave? Oh, you can listen to the song for the moment. I'm out in front of my fire pit. Good riddance to the ones that don't want to work with us. Somebody must have been hanging out with their chickens tonight.
Roads and bridges as the convoy rolled on by. Everybody's welcome, come on, let's roll. How you live your life, that's your choice. People coming together around.
No, don't need none of that. This is just to help burn up my granddaughter's schoolwork from last year she brought with her. She wanted me to burn it all up in my fire pit. You missed the big fire. It was a little bit, it was big earlier. This is what we were talking about earlier. This right here.
The message is clear. Politicians for years have broken all of our trust. It's time we remind our government, hey, you work for us. We're telling the government they work for us. We're telling the government they work for us. We're telling the government they work for us.
The best thing about having something on my screen like that, it doesn't matter how much I move, you can't see it.
Won't stop.
It's a good way to walk from location to location.
And governments around the world that they work for us.
And if they don't work for us, we'll just get rid of them. That's the way I see it. Just get rid of them. And yeah, this is what we talked about for a little bit. Is this post here and how it goes, and that I was asked to remove my video from the other day, but the second little thing from the bottom where it says please know both sides of the story, that's why my video is not coming down, because that's my side of the story, just like this one. And so I don't have, I do have some other comments from this post, but I didn't have them saved into this stream, so I can't show them. At least I don't think I have them saved into my stream. Let's see. No, I don't have them. I mean, this might be one. What is this here? Oh, I might. Hopefully I don't click on the wrong thing. I don't really want to talk about any groups. I don't want to say any names or anything, so I'm not quite sure. But hate to say anything that would be not appropriate and stuff. So I won't mention any groups and nothing like that. So because maybe the group will turn around. I don't know. It's yeah, truth does hurt, and it is definitely freedom. We can say what we want. There's no doubt about that. Whenever people want to know what I'm talking about, I guess all I gotta do is watch my videos, and they might sometimes things might be there, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, they got a new leader now, and we'll see. Keeping in touch with that new leader, we'll see if he does anything different, and we'll go from there, I guess. Who knows? Hopefully, after talking to him last night, things do look better, do sound better. Pretty positive after some of the things I said last night, that I know it's not going anywhere, put it that way, the stuff I said. Yeah, well, I don't think I can tell you I'm not going to let that happen. I got things in the works, things that I'm thinking about, things I'm trying to do to make sure that he doesn't have anything happen to him. We'll make things right eventually. Things will get done, and we'll it's just, we got to do what we got to do to make things right. I guess it depends on how far we go, but we got to go till the end. We got to make things happen. I'm going to play another song. It's not really to do with this video tonight, but it is an awesome song for some of the people that's watching my video. They'll know it. They'll understand it. Not a song they'll know. They may have never heard it, but it's actually a pretty interesting song. Let's see if it plays. Just listen to the words. Oh, shoot. I didn't hit play quick enough. Just listen to the words and it'll...
The soldiers that were left behind, locked in foreign prisons or MIA, they ride to spread the word across the USA.
I do have permission for this song.
When it's out of your sight, it's out of your mind, the fate of the soldier that was left behind. Families of the missing feeling lost and alone, they're standing with them to bring our soldiers home. The soldiers came home with injuries, some injuries you can't see, some never made it back at all. These bikers are bringing to you this solemn wake-up call.
Oh, they're getting rid of stuff? I think they should have done that sooner.
You have not been forgotten. Those words forever ring true. Soldiers coming home with injuries. Some injuries, well, you can't see. Some never make it home at all. These riders are bringing to you this solemn wake-up call.
So that song also was written by Norm's Music Shop. I'm going to try to get him to do me a written song, I think, as soon as he contacts me. He'll watch this video. He'll contact me since I mentioned it a couple times. That song was for Rolling Thunder, the motorcycle group that is for POWs and MIAs. If anybody hasn't seen my videos on that one, I got some live streams of being with them, and it was an amazing time that I hung out with them. They got a couple more things. Some of the groups, motorcycle groups, got a thing going on. I think on July 8th and 9th, they got something going on up in Manistee. So if anybody rides motorcycles and wants to be involved, you don't even need a motorcycle rider, but if you're free that day, it's on a Friday. They are transporting the POW wall from downtown Manistee up to Little River Casino, and they want as many freedom-loving patriots to join them in that procession to transport that wall. They want as many flags flying as they can get. I had plans to go, but I just got asked to do something else today, so my plans are going to change. So, all right, well, since this person jumped on here and made me talk longer, I'll let you guys go, get back to what you're doing, and you have a good evening, and keep an eye out for live streams from myself or anybody else that might have been in my chats tonight. And, and one other person, if anybody's ever looking for somebody to watch on Instagram, look up Jody Ledgerwood on Instagram. She is an amazing freedom fighting patriot in Canada. She's an awesome individual. She is doing live streams. She's actually got a show now that she's got, and it is what was it? It was TFM, Tom Frank Mary, TFM cast, CAST.org, I think is what her thing is. And she's doing a show on Mondays and Thursdays, I think she does a live. And then we have another lovely freedom-loving patriot that we have talked about. And most of us know her very well. And gosh darn it, I'm totally stupid. I did not remember now. I know it's Break the Chains. It's either breakthechains.com or breakthechange.org. I think it's breakthechains.com. Miss Candy. She does one hell of a show. She's recorded 4 episodes of her Break the Chains so far, I think. So get out there. I think she just recorded a 4th one either yesterday or today. Get out there and check her site out. She is just a wealth of information. She has lots of stuff to let people know about. Get out there, check her out. And the last thing I want to say is, if you have not decided who you plan on voting for in the lovely state of Michigan for governor, I would say check out, do your research, but I would start doing your research with Ryan Kelly. If he had what happened to him a week and a half, 2 weeks ago today, maybe, he had one of them 3-letter organizations come in and swoop him up. And they're not going to do that unless he's doing something right in his instance. So that's what I would say. Go check him out, Ryan Kelly, for governor. We got to get rid of our lovely Witchmer at the moment. Try to get back to real life in this state before we lose too many people wanting to move away. So, all right, everybody have a good night and enjoy. And I guess if you didn't get to watch it all, watch it later. Just go ahead and get rid of anything that you need to, Riddance to most things is a positive thing. Well, just as I decide to go, my fire's starting to go again. But, get rid of anything that you don't want. Some things just aren't worth keeping. So get rid of it. That's the way I see it. All right. Good night. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy.